A soft start, for the one who's always said yes. Hi, dear one. If you've clicked into this video, maybe it's because you've been feeling tired. Tired of pleasing others. Tired of always saying yes, even when your heart wanted to say no. And if that's true, I just want to say this: you're not weak. You're not selfish. You're not a bad person. You're someone who has a tender heart. Someone who loves deeply. And sometimes, people like you forget that love needs protection too. When did yes become a reflex? Maybe you've grown up in an environment where being obedient made you feel safe. Where being liked equaled survival. Where pleasing others was praised, and setting boundaries was seen as rude. So little by little, you learned, if I say yes, I'll be accepted. If I say yes, I won't be a burden. If I say yes, I'll be good. But over time, that yes became heavy. Because it wasn't always honest. It came with resentment. It came with exhaustion. It came with the quiet, aching question, why do I always put myself last? Saying no is not a rejection, it's a form of self-respect. Let's say this gently together: saying no doesn't mean you're pushing others away. Saying no means you're finally listening to yourself. It means you are worthy of space. Of rest. Of not explaining your every decision just to make others comfortable. No is not a wall. It's a doorway, one that leads to self-respect, inner peace, and authentic connection. Because when you say no to what drains you, you're making room for what truly nourishes you. The fear of disappointing others. This fear is real. The fear that people will get upset. That they'll think you've changed. That they'll leave. And yes, some people might. Some will only love the version of you that says yes. But the ones who stay, the ones who love the real you, they'll understand. They'll grow with you. They'll honor your no as much as your yes. Because they're not here to use you. They're here to see you. And the right people will never need you to abandon yourself in order to be loved. You're not rude, you're real. Sometimes we confuse kindness with self-erasure. You can be kind and still say no. You can love people deeply and still have limits. You can care without always carrying the weight for everyone else. The truth is, saying no is an act of clarity. It says, this is where I end, and someone else begins. It says, I am not responsible for how everyone feels, all the time. It says, I matter too. Boundaries aren't about building walls. They're about building trust, with yourself, and with others. They teach people how to treat you. And they teach you that your needs are valid, too. What happens when you start saying no? You may notice a few things shift. You might feel guilt at first, that's normal. It's not because you did something wrong, it's because you're doing something new. You're breaking an old pattern. You're choosing truth over comfort. You're risking being misunderstood, in order to be free. You may lose people who only loved you for your compliance. But you'll gain something far more precious: your self-trust. Your dignity. Your peace. No is a love letter to yourself. Every time you say no from a place of truth and care, you're telling yourself, I hear you. I see your tiredness. You've done enough. You are enough. You don't have to burn out to be worthy. You don't have to be everything to everyone. You don't have to say yes just to keep the peace, especially if it costs your peace. Your peace matters, too. You don't owe the world an explanation for choosing what's right for you. Let your no be gentle, but firm. No can be soft. It doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. You can say, I appreciate you asking, but I'm not able to take that on right now. Thank you for thinking of me, but I need to rest. I care about you, and I need to choose what's right for me in this moment. You're not rejecting the person. You're honoring your energy, your needs, your healing, your wholeness. You're not too much for having boundaries. Sometimes when you start choosing yourself, the world makes you feel like you're too much. Too sensitive. Too distant. Too difficult. But you're not too anything. You're simply no longer available for things that hurt you. You're unlearning patterns that never served you. You're healing stories that said you had to earn love by shrinking yourself. That's not too much. That's brave. That's growth. Your no makes room for your yes. When you protect your energy, you have more of it to give, to the things that matter most. To the relationships that uplift you. To the dreams you've been putting off. To the version of you that's been waiting to breathe. When you say no to what drains you, you say yes to what restores you. And that is how you come home to yourself. A gentle reminder, from me to you. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to change. To grow. To ask for space. To protect your peace. It doesn't make you hard. It makes you honest. You deserve to live a life that feels safe inside your own body. A life where your no is just as holy as your yes. So here's a small invitation, if you're ready, next time you feel that familiar pressure to please. Pause. Breathe. And ask your heart, what do I truly need right now? Then listen, and honor it. Even if your voice shakes. Even if it's messy. Even if it's uncomfortable. You are worth protecting. And you don't need to earn that truth. It already belongs to you. Herb, thank you for being here today. If this message spoke to you, feel free to share it with someone else who needs to hear it. And if you'd like more soft reminders like this, you're always welcome to subscribe, leave a comment, or simply come back anytime. You are loved. You are enough. And your voice matters, always.